Well, you asked me how I came to write Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And as I recall, I had seen a little book about this reindeer and wrote it down in a book that I keep of titles. And I had it in this book for roughly 10 years. And then I wrote it. And what I wrote I didn't like because the tune went something like this. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Well, that didn't sound very good to me, and I forgot about it. And then a year later, I was walking along the street, and the tune came to me, and it turned out in reverse. It went, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then I liked that little phrase, and then when I was at home, I started to rewrite the lyric, and of course, to fit the new tune that I had, and that was the start of it.
Could we hear the whole chorus through that? So what happened to the song after you published it?
Well, the next step was I sent it on to a man I had never met by the name of Gene Autry, who was a big cowboy star. And he made the first record. And as you know, that record swept the world. It was followed, of course, by Crosby and Sinatra and Dinah Shore and every artist that you could think of over the years.
Were you surprised it became a hit?
Well, rephrase it. I thought it was going to be a hit, but just a regular hit. I didn't think it was just going to go on forever.
And every year it continues to sell. How many, have you any idea, well you must know actually, because you publish it, how many records it sells a year still?
It is very close around the world to 100 million records.
Total?
Total.
So that song must bring you in a sort of steady income every
Well, let's phrase it, nobody will run a benefit for me. I will be surviving very nicely. Of course, you know, I had a few other songs.
Oh, I know. You had because you were telling me about the TV show.
Well, that show was played around the world. There was a special that was made of 1 hour with Burl Ives, the star, and it's the longest running special in the history of television. It's run now for 8 years and has been signed for 2 more years, which will make it 10 consecutive years, the same show.
Johnny, you must get awfully tired of being known as the red-nosed reindeer man. Or do you get tired of that?
Well, to tell you the truth, I do. There's nothing to do about it. I've written a lot of other big songs, like one that Brenda Lee did years ago, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, which was a smash hit all over the world, but relatively was comparatively small. In other words, if you sell a few million records, that's a mighty big hit. But when you talk about 4 or 5 million records against 100 million, everybody says, well, it's not another Rudolph. And my answer to that is, I don't think there'll ever be another Rudolph, but I'm very happy just to write a couple of hits as I go along.
Right. Can we end up by hearing Rocking Around the Christmas Tree?
You do a few bars.
Thank you, Johnny. Go.
And you might remember, I heard the bells on Christmas Day, and I adapted a poem of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, which was written during the Civil War when his son was wounded, and it has to do with peace on earth, goodwill to men.